Hey guys, what's up? Winnie joined us even earlier than usual today. Dinner is in about 30 minutes, so she's probably just making sure I don't forget. But today we are going to be reacting to episode 7 of Project Alpha. You know the drill by now. I usually skip around just to the performances because that's the part I care about the most. I might miss some extraneous detail where they explain things, but I don't mind. I will roll with it as long as you don't mind, and you roll with it with me. I am intrigued to see this episode because what I thought was going to happen in last episode, where people are saying Fluke was unfairly judged, turns out it actually happens in this episode.
No, it doesn't.
So I am interested to see that. Or at least the commenters were saying they believed that Fluke was unfairly judged. I will have to see for myself what I think. Also, somebody left a really funny comment on the last video where they were saying that Lego really took the constructive feedback from his performance and he's performed that song again, even since Project Alpha. But apparently Hong was really disappointed in his performance. And I think the exact quote was, "Mirror, mirror was never seen or heard from again," which was the song that he performed. I thought that was really funny. I think failure can be good for a developing artist, though, because it teaches you so much. Like, you learn so much from failure, and it's important to fail every now and then. Before we get started, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you can join the Dramatic family. My goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers, and I am currently somewhere in the 600s. So I would love if you would subscribe and help me grow my channel. And please share this video with a friend who you think would enjoy it, and follow me on my other social medias. They'll be in my link tree in the description box below. You can find me on TikTok, Blue Sky, Instagram, and Tumblr, as well as right here on YouTube. All right, let's get started. We have more celebrity guest judges today from GMMTV. We have Earth Mix, Pond Puin, and an actress named Namtan. And that is great. I love all of them. I'm very excited, especially interesting to me because Pond goes on to join Jasper. Is it Project Jasper or just Jasper? I don't remember, but he is in that group. So it is interesting. I wonder if we will see some other Jasper members. They are our celebrity judges this week, and that is lovely. I will get to stare at their beautiful faces being beautiful. And we are starting this week with a special performance from our alphas. Good boy, is this? My first thought was, I am a good boy.
Oh my god, go you serve a better man, but he's not. สิ่งตรงนี้บอกว่าเสมอไม่คิดจะดีมาดูตัวเธอผู้มีน้ำตาสิ่งเวลาของคนปลอบดวงใจที่ปวดร้าวเรื่องราวที่เขาทำให้เจ็บเจ็บก็ปล่อยเจ็บก็ปล่อยปล่อยเลยเขาแล้วมองฉันสักหน่อยวัดยืดสี Yeah good boy จะไม่เสียไม่แล้วแม้มีสิ่งสั่นไหลลาพี่จะขยับเพียงจากใจจะน่าประหลาดหากเป็นที่ยืนเขาในใจของเธอให้ใครสักคนคนนั้นก็ควรจะไม่เธอไม่ต้องกังวลจะยินดีให้ยืมฉันไปก็ปลอบดวงใจที่ปวดร้าวเรื่องราวที่เขาทำให้เธอเจ็บก็ปล่อยว่าคืนนี้นอนหนาวจะยินดีให้ยืมฉันไปก็ปลอบดวงใจที่ปวดร้าวเรื่องราวที่เขาทำให้เธอเจ็บก็ปล่อยเจ็บก็ปล่อยลืมเขาแล้วมองฉันสักหน่อยวัดยืดสีเยื่อกุดบอดจะไม่จำไม่เสียน้ำตาอีก
Overall, I think it was good. I don't know if it's just that this song is more in Lego's register or what, But I feel like even just from last week to this week, I can tell that his singing has improved. And again, maybe it's just that this song suits him better. I don't know. But he wasn't featured a ton singing front and center, but I feel like I even noticed an improvement, which is good that he's taking their advice to heart. And with William, I know he said that he's not the strongest dancer, but they have been putting him front and center in some of these dances, and he's doing very well. I feel like he's improved a lot too, from even the first week until now with his dancing. Obviously, his voice is beautiful. He doesn't need any help with that. I would say I think if anybody faded into the background, it was Nut. He didn't really have like a killing moment like the other three did. And I don't know if that's necessarily his fault, if there was like a moment he was supposed to have that he didn't own, or if, I don't know, maybe he just wasn't on his game this week. I don't know. Those are my thoughts. Overall, pretty good. I will say, knowing what I know about the judges and how they give feedback, I think that they would say that this performance was kind of flat, like all one note, sort of. Like the energy didn't have any dynamics. It was all just, they came out with one energy, they stayed at one energy, and they ended at the same energy. And it was high energy, which was good, but there was not as much dynamicness as I feel like the judges usually prefer. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they loved it. We'll have to see when we watch what the judges have to say. One of the judges said they like were taking the note about not worrying about looking handsome and just performing. And like, you know, when you're in the club, like in the dark, surrounded by people, you might not care as much how you look. You're just going to dance and have fun. And he was like, I can tell that you all did that. And it doesn't matter because you all are just handsome. So when you stop caring so much, then your dance becomes that even better. And you're still handsome because you're handsome. So one of the judges even mentioned the same thing that I did about Lego, how like even just from the previous week to this week, it's like he took their commentary to heart already and already implemented those improvements. And he seems more, they were saying, unburdened. I suppose I can see that. Overall, the judges' commentary, it was very praiseful. They had good comments. And I think attempting to redeem himself from last week, Pitor
I got Pitor and Pidan confused. My bad.
was talking about Lego's dancing and praising it and saying, like, basically in his mind, Lego is the standard for dancing on the show. And but if he like slacks or stops trying because of that, then he might let his alpha team down. So if he just keeps, you know, trying to improve himself and doing better and better, then he has nothing to worry about in the dancing department. And I wonder if he's trying to redeem himself from his comment last week of saying, I'm not sure exactly verbatim what he said, but ow, that hurts. But something along the lines of like, anyone could have done your dance. And I'm like, I can't speak to whether or not it was the best dance he's ever done, whether it's the best dance he will ever do. But to say that anybody could have done his dance is just patently false. It's truly just false. Now it is time for the betas. Also, I did realize I think I missed the theme of this week because, you know, I skip things, but I'm pretty sure it's like upbeat pop. From what the judges' comments were saying, I'm pretty sure that's the theme.
It is. Upbeat pop.
If I am wrong, we will find out as we go along. The Beta J1, the song Can I Call You Mine?
Ang paoครับเรียบร้อยเขียนครับแค่หน้าที่เธอมองมาไม่ต้องหลบตาฉันเข้าใจ
This is the moment it just occurred to me we don't get subtitles for their songs. I'd probably understand what's so funny if I knew the words.
จะทำให้เฮ้ยเป็นเพื่อนยังมีขนาดเนี้ยเป็นแฟนจะดีขนาดไหนอย่ามัวแต่ช้าฉันว่าเรามาคบกันเลยดีกว่าไหมอ่ะแล้วมึงจะเลยหุยจะคุยกันเรื่อยๆจนเมื่อไหร่ก็รับรันเข้าใจนี่ไม่ใช่เล่นๆละอย่ามาเพื่อนอย่าเลยค่ะอันนี้คือรักเราค่ะ I call you mine ไม่ชอบเนี่ยชอบฉันก็พูดมาเชื่อเวลาจีบจะรักไม่รักก็พูดให้ชัดไม่กันเราสัญญาชอบเธอเหมือนกันฉันเองก็ love you too มันลงเต้าผิดนะหลงรักก็ผิดไหมแค่เมาก็ชอบร้องแค่มองก็ชอบร้องอยากตอบเธอเหมือนกันฉันเองก็ love you too
Imagine being blessed enough that you are the member of the J1 group that gets to give Hong a sweet little kiss on the forehead. This was such a fun song. Again, I think it really suited Hong very well, and the other members as well, but, you know, I just have a special spot for Hong because he ends up in our group. I will say, I think this is related to something that I've been trying to put words to for a while, but I don't really know the right terminology, but I'll try to do my best to describe it here. These four are the perfect example of this thing that I've noticed, and I've noticed it in my own voice too when I compare it to my friends who are more trained than I am, more vocally trained than I am. It's almost like I noticed it in Ong Pao and Diao. It's like they've got something in their throat that is just keeping that last little bit of their full voice from coming out. It's like they're singing at 95%, but there's just something almost like anatomically that's keeping them from hitting that last 5%. And you notice it because Hong, and I believe his name is Ashi? No, maybe not. Keen? Maybe it's Keen. I think it's Keen. The other guy in their group, Keen. They don't have it. Their voices are at full power and clarity. And I really noticed it in the first, I think it was the pre-chorus, when they had Ong Pao and Hong sing side by side, back to back. And when they switched from Ong Pao to Hong, there was just that like last little blast of power and clarity in Hong's voice that Ong Pao doesn't have. And I noticed that in my own voice too. Like I feel like there's a wall in my throat or something that I've never been able to get past to have that last little bit of my full voice come out. And I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a technique. I don't know if it's just your anatomy. I don't really know. But I really noticed it between the two who have that full strength and clarity in this group and the two who don't. And the thing is, it's not that they're not talented. They are, and they have lovely voices, but it's just like there's something keeping them from letting their full voice out. And I think that is what I'm noticing in Ong Pao and Diao that I don't notice in the other two. And I think that is what is ultimately going to get them sent home, which is sad because I don't even know if that's something that you can overcome. I will say, I do think Ong Pao's rapping was better in this song than it has been. It's still just, I can see why he's not going to end up in the group. It's just not good enough. And that's sad because it's not like he's not talented. He is. But it's just like everyone else is more talented. And I feel like that's when it's really sad, is when you've really got the passion for something and you do have talent, but you just don't have enough talent. That's so sad. I hate that. There's plenty of things in my life that have been like that with me. He is very pretty though. And I think he could be a good actor. If he can act. I have no idea if he can. But if he can, if they can get him in some acting lessons and he's good at it, he would make a lovely actor because he has a beautiful face. But let's see what the judges think. The judges were very kind in their feedback. They specifically kept on calling out Hong and about how this style just suited him so well. And there was a word that got bleeped out, and I couldn't understand what they were trying to say. Something about like the style of dance or like Hong's attitude in the song, and like how there's no word for it in Thai, and like he asked a foreign friend and he like didn't understand.
ฮงเนี่ยถ้าที่ซันนี่บอกว่าความโจ๊ะคือแบบโดนได้เป็นหลายมากเลยนะ คือผมเคยมีเพื่อนฝรั่งแล้วก็อธิบายคำว่าแบบการเต้นแบบเนี้ยเพอร์โพสของมันคืออะไรวะมันคือการกวนไงแล้วเราก็พยายามจะสืบหาในดิกชันนารีอ่ะ มันไม่มีจริงจังนะมันไม่มีเขาตีโจทย์ได้ดี
If anybody knows what they're talking about in that conversation, please put it in the description box below because I'm super curious, but I just have no idea what they were talking about. They called out Hong and Diao really stood out in this performance and did very well, and I would agree the like vibe just suited their personality really well, and how Ong Bao and Keen seemed to kind of like fade more into the background, which I could see, but overall they were very kind in their critiques, and they said that the style just was great and that they did a really good job conveying the theme of the week, which I believe is supposed to be upbeat. I'm pretty sure. So that was lovely and exciting. Now it's time for the next beta group. Beta J3 Fireboy. For a second at the beginning, they looked like they were starting a cult.
I'll show it to you tonight. Break it up, break it like a fire. ฉันเข้ามาล้อมาเล่นมาทำให้ใจฉันเลยจงหยุดเอาไว้เก็บเอาไว้จะไม่ปลอดภัย Just stay away from me เธอเข้ามาเล่นเล่นกับใจแบบนี้ก็ไม่เอา Cause I'm a fireboy อาจจะตายมาเพียงด้านขวาJust stay away from me กับเธอน้ำหอมบอดี้ให้ I'm fire I'm fire
Nikki was born to perform that song. He was the clear standout to me. The whole group is talented, but he just embodied that performance. I like almost couldn't even notice anybody else. The blonde guy did a good job too. I don't remember his name. That's it. I mean, I almost don't have anything else to say. All I could see was Nikki in this performance. Also, I can't tell if his blue hair has just faded or if he dyed it green on purpose. Bold choice to have green hair on a television show when they could green screen you at any moment. It seems like too scary. But let's see what the judges have to say. Wait a second, was this PP's Fireboy? He has a song called Fireboy, right? Very different tone. Also, Pon specifically mentioned he liked the green-haired one, so Nikki. So I agree. I think Nikki did a great job. The judges overall had a lot of very kind critiques. The blonde is Champ, by the way, and the judges also really liked him. They said he really stood out this week, almost for the first time. And I would agree, he's very much flown under the radar until now. And he really, really did well in this song. And Nikki, of course, all of them said that Nikki just was an absolute rock star. And I would agree. I don't know. I don't know if I misconstrued this situation, but Pitor was saying like they thrust their hips in a way that is unique to Thai culture.
ซิกเนเจอร์ของความโจ๊ะแบบไทยก็คือการเด้งเอวด้วยน้ำหนักจังหวะที่ไม่มีชาติไหนในโลกเข้าใจน้ำหนักนี้ได้
ทำยังไง
แดนทำไง
มาพี่แดนหน่อยเร็วพูดไปแล้วไม่เห็นภาพ
นี่แหละครับคือเอกลักษณ์ของว่าเป็นไทย
If I was correctly understanding that, He did a demonstration. It did not appear any different or particularly Thai than any other hip thrusting I have ever seen, but I am not a knower of all things. I do not claim to be an expert in all things in all of the world. So perhaps I'm wrong. You understand the uniquely Thai hip thrusting. Please share it with the class in the comments. I really don't know there's not been really one super standout performance. Like, I feel like some weeks I can tell who they're going to push through over others. Not that anybody ever does a bad job, but like I can usually tell who they're favoring more. So far this week, it seems like all of the performances have kind of been equally enjoyed, at least from what we've seen of the commentary. So it's going to be a lot harder for me to predict what the judges are going to choose. And I'm very interested to see where it's going. But we still have one beta group left. I believe it is J2 with our beloved Dui. Let's see what they have in store for us. Beta J2 song Fan Pom Narak. Does that mean like my love is cute? Or my cute love? My cute girlfriend / boyfriend? Gender neutral term? Okay, I am loving Otto's hair. Love the black to the red. Very fun. แบบนี้จะไม่ให้รักได้ยังไงแฟนผมน่ารักจังเลยครับเจอแบบนี้ก็ตายดีครับใครจะมองว่าผมข้างรักก็ Ping Ping's hair is giving mic drop Yoongi. The length with the headband. I like that look. ต้องทำติดกันดูดีกระทักแชทก็จากกัน10 วันสอนเธอไม่เอาเก่งทำอาหารสาวเวลาตอนนี้แค่นัดเจอจะกราบเขาเข้ามาจะติดแฟนก็มีลิมิตนะจ๊ะถ้าเพื่อนสนิทแล้วคงก็ไม่เลือกใครแล้วนะวันแปลกจนมาวันนี้เธอไม่เป็นไรจังเลยครับเจอแบบนี้ก็ตายดีครับไม่จะมองว่าผมรักก็ไม่เป็นไรแฟนเกินไปครับเจอแบบนี้ก็ตายดีครับ ด้วยทุกวันเลยแฟนผมน่ารักเจอแบบนี้ก็ตายดีครับใครจะมองว่าผมอยากอยู่ด้วยทุกวันเลยคนเลยไม่รู้อยากอยู่ด้วยทุกวันเลย I feel like those boys were dancing their booties off and like the audience reaction was not as intense as it was for other performances. Like almost every other performance, at least one judge was up dancing. The guest judges were usually dancing along. The other Project Alpha people were, you know, like hyping them up and stuff, which is good. But I don't know what it is. I feel like their performance just didn't quite have the same energy or appeal as the other ones, but I don't really know why. Like I can't quite put a finger on it. Also, I think I noticed something similar last week, but I just noticed it even more this week. I feel like Pim Pim, Doi, and Otto have such a unique energy. Like they blend cohesively together, but they all really stand out in their own unique ways for various reasons. And this fourth one, whose name escapes me, he just doesn't. He hasn't the entire time. There's just something about him that he just fades into the background. And that is not good when you're trying to be in a boy group. It's not that he's not talented. He is. He has a beautiful voice. He can dance. He's a cutie patootie. But I feel like they all have like that something, that extra factor that he just doesn't have. Or at least he just doesn't know how to turn it on. I will be very interested to hear what the judges have to say. So let's find out. So the judges seem to have a similar thought process of the performances I did. They were like, all of your energy was great. You've all improved so much. But it was like there was just that something that was off about the performance. And they put the words to it in the sense that they're saying it's because each of them was telling a different story. Like each of them was interpreting the song differently. I'm going to have to lean on their expertise on that one because I have clearly said previously that I couldn't put my finger on what it was in the performance. And they have agreed that it is their communication as a team. And I will defer to them on that. It's just like there's just something that didn't pop with this performance. And we know they can all do it, well, except the one whose name escapes me. But the other three, we've seen them do it. We've seen them like have that like sparkle and that just it factor. And they have it individually, but they just didn't really have it as a group this week. It's sad because I'm sure that some of them are probably going to get eliminated. And well, obviously at some point they're going to get eliminated, but it's just sad. I think it's sad. And that's the thing about this show is it's like they're all talented and they've all proven at least that they made it there, which is a huge accomplishment. But like there comes a time when your passion and your drive and your talent just doesn't measure up to what other people can bring. And it's sad. At least you know you gave it your all at the end of the day if it doesn't work out, but it's just sad. I feel like at least if you're not talented, you can console yourself and be like, oh, well, I just literally can't be a pop star. I don't have the talent. All of these boys have the talent. But some people just have a natural advantage and there's only so much you'll be able to overcome with dedication to an extent. Also, wow, Vitor is so savage. He straight up says that Dewey was the only one who did well on the stage. Pardon me, did okay on stage. And that is rough. I thought Beam Beam also did well, did good as well, but that's what Savage Vitor says, I guess. Goodness gracious.
กลับเข้าสู่โปรเจกต์อัลฟากับรอบ
Survival Beta
ตอนนี้เรามีเบต้าทั้ง3ทีมอยู่บนเวทีจากเบต้า3ทีมนี้ครับตามกติกาแล้วจะมีเพียงแค่2ที
Only
มเท่านั้น
two
ที่
teams
จะได้ผ่า
will
นเข้าสู่รอบ
advance
ต่
to
อ
the
ไปทัน
next
ที
round.
วันนี้เนี่ยเป็นวันที่ทำผมคิดมาตั้งแต่วันแรกที่ผมเข้าค่ายเรียนอะเพราะผมเป็น best performance แน่นอนผมมั่นใจอย่างนี้มาตลอดนะเพราะหมอดูบอกให้มั่นใจ
Listen, if a fortune teller is helping you be
ผลการ
confident,
ตัดสินของกรรมการก็
I'm
ได้ข้อ
happy
สรุ
for
ปเป็น
you.
ที่เรียบร้อยทีมเบต้าที่ทำผลงานได้ดีที่สุด2ทีม
Well, it's gotta be J1 and
ขอเชิญพี่
J3.
แดนประกาศทีมที่ผ่านเข้ารอบเป็นทีมแรกครับ
J2
ทีมที่ผ่าน
clearly
เข้าร
did
อบ
the
เป็นทีมแรก
worst.
นะครับ นั่นก็คือ J3 ครับ
All right. With Nikki and it's so funny to watch this and know like who makes it and who
คำชม
doesn't.
ท่วมท้นมาก
เพราะฉะนั้นก็เลยอยากจะให้หลังจากนี้น้องๆก็พยายามโฟกัสละกันว่าโจทย์ในแต่ละวีคของเราต่อไปจะเป็นโจทย์อะไรนะครับ
ๆยินดีด้วยนะครับเบต้า J3
So wait, was he saying that they didn't interpret it well and they need to do better next time? Or they did a good job this week and they should also do a good job
แต่
next
ถ้า
week?
นิ่งๆนะแต่ความจริงคือแบบ yes ในที่สุดทำได้ละ
เข้ารอบไปแล้ว1ทีมครับเหลืออีก1ทีมเท่านั้น
One more
ที่จะได้ผ่าน
team.
เข้ารอบขอเชิญพี่สแตมประกาศ
They're just
ทีมสุดท้าย
slicing
ที่ได้ผ่าน
people
เข้ารอบ
out of
ครับ
this survival
อีกทีมที่ได้
show.
ผ่านเข้ารอบไปนะครับ คือทีม J1 ครับ
Damn. There's our baby Hong. It is so crazy to me how many
ทีม
times
J1
Dewey has
นะ
been
ฮะ
in
ทำผ
the
ลงานได้
bottom
ยอดเยี่ยม
group.
และได้ผ่านเข้าสู่รอบ
Like
ต่อไปเป็นทีมที่2พี่สแตมทำไมถึงเป็นทีมนี้ฮะ
ทุกอย่างมันโจ๊ะไปหมด
And
เลย
he's
ท่าเต้น
it's
โจ๊ะไอติจูดโจ๊ะ
นี่คือชมหน้าของเบต้าที่ไม่ได้ถูกเลือกครับ นั่นหมายความว่าเส้นทางในรายการของพวกเขาทั้ง
How many
4 คน
times Dewey
จะ
was
ถูกตัด
saved
สิน
by
ด้วย
fan
การ
votes
โหว
is
ตของ
absolutely
คุณผู้ชม
crazy
ทั้ง
to
ประเทศ
me.
นะครับ ซึ่ง
I
เราได้ทำ
suppose
การเปิดโหวตไป
unless
เมื่อวันที่ 15 มกราคมเวลา 4 ทุ่มครึ่งครับ จนถึงวันที่ 22
They
มกราคม
lie
เวลา
about the
6 โมง
votes
เย็นนะครับ ซึ่งในสัปดาห์นี้
We don't
จะมี
see the
เบต้า
results
ต้อง
of
ออก
these
จากการแข่ง
votes.
ขัน
They just
ถึง
tell us.
3 คนด้วยกัน นั่นหมายความว่าจะมีเพียงแค่ 1 คนเท่านั้นครับ ที่จะได้
But
ไป
then again,
ต่
I feel like some of the
และ
fan votes have
เบ
been.
ต้าที่ได้ไปต่อในราย
There's
การ
no way anybody who
คือ
was actually trying to build a music group
ไม่
would
ได้
have
คิด
made
ว่า
some of these
จะเป็นผม
choices.
100%ด้วยซ้ำครับเพราะว่าถึงตอนนั้นที่ผ่านมาผมจะอยู่อันดับ 1ของบอร์ดอะไรเงี้ยแต่ว่าคือในท็อป
He was number one
แล้ว3 คนอะไรเงี้ยครับ
อะไรจะเกิดขึ้นก็ต้องเกิดขึ้นผม
I'm not saying
ยินดี
he's not
ยอมรับ
lovely,
ใน
he's
สิ่งที่
wonderful.
เราตัดสินใจที่ผ่านไปแล้ว
That's
ทำ
just
ไปแล้ว
surprising to
ใน
me.
ทุกๆวินาทีอะผมทำเต็มที่หมดแล้ว
เฮ้ยโพลมันจะแบบขึ้นมาไหมอะไรเงี้ยก็มีแบบแอบหวังว่าเอ้ยจะเป็นชื่อเราหรือเปล่าอะไรเงี้ยครับรู้สึกว่ามันก็ยังมีโอกาสอยู่มันแบบ 25% ทั้ง 4 คนอยู่แล้วรู้สึก
Were
แบบ
they only
ใครเข้า
saving
ก็ดี
one?
ใจด้วย
I was talking, so I missed that.
ขอแสดงความยินดีกับ A26 ตุ้ยครับ
Three. It's like even when I know they're gonna get saved, I'm still like
แล้วเราก็คิดว่า
stressed.
มันออกมาดีสำหรับผม
Knocking out
จะต้องไม่ให้
Pim Pim
ทีมนั้น
was
แบบมาอยู่ในโซนปัก
that's big because he's been a fan favorite and a very good performer that the judges have liked a lot. So having him go is interesting. It's gonna shake things up, shake up the brackets. All right, now we will know the best beta group and then the best beta who will challenge for the alpha head throne and the furry jacket.
การแข่งขันรอบ Survival Beta ตอนนี้เดินทางมาถึงช่วงสุดท้ายแล้วครับ เบต้าทีมที่ดีที่สุดกับโจทย์เพลงโจ๊ะจะเป็นทีมใด ระหว่างทีม J1 ในเพลงชอบปะเนี่ยกับทีม J3 กับเพลง Fireboy ถึงเวลาแล้วครับ เราจะได้ทราบกันว่าเบต้า
Time to
ทีมที่
find
ดีที่สุด
out
กับโจทย์เพลงโจ๊ะครับจะเป็นทีมใด ไปฟังการตัดสินจากพี่โตเลยครับ
และทีมที่ได้ Best Show ก็คือ
ก็คิดว่าน่าจะเป็นทีมตัวเองที่จะได้เพราะว่ารู้สึกว่าเราโดนชมเยอะอะไรเงี้ยคือเขาก็โดนชมเยอะเหมือนกัน แต่รู้สึกว่าทีมตัวเองอ่ะคนม่วนกว่าแบบคนมันลุกขึ้นมาจอยมากกว่าอะไรเงี้ย
ผมคิดว่าทีมเราค่อนข้างตีโจทย์แตกมากกว่า
J3 ครับ Fireboy ครับ
Fire boy. That does not surprise me. They're gonna have to pick Nikki.
นั่นหมายความว่า
They're gonna have to
Best
pick
Beta
Nikki as the best
ที่
beta.
มีสิท
He
ธิ์ท้า
was
ชิงตำแหน่งอัลฟา
far and
จะถูกคัดเลือก
away
จากทีมนี้แหละ
the
หนึ่ง
rock
ใน
star
4 คน
of that
นี้แหละจะ
performance.
เป็นใครนั้นไปฟังจากพี่สานีครับ
และ Best Beta คือ
ผมก็หวังอยู่แล้วว่าผมอยากเป็นเพราะว่ารอบที่แล้วอ่ะผมก็ตีคู่หวังคงรอบนี้ก็หวังเป็นพิเศษนะครับ
ผมเต็งเขาไว้แล้วแหละ ไม่พี่นิกกี้ก็พี่แชมป์อ่ะเพราะตั้งแต่ซ้อมแล้วคือแบบคาแรคเตอร์เขาแบบจัดจ้านมากเอาจริงมันถึงเวลาของพี่นิกกี้แล้วที่เขาอ่ะจะได้ขึ้นไปเป็นเบสเบต้าทุกครั้งที่เขาโชว์อ่ะเขาทำออกมาได้ดีตลอด กรรมการก็ชมตลอด
Oh,
ใครจะ
Champ
ได้
is
ก็
so
ได้ก็
sweet.
ทำรู้สึกว่าในทีมวันนี้เก่งหมด ทุกคนแบบทำได้ดีหมดเลย
Time is trying to be diplomatic.
Nikki ค่ะ
Nikki! I'm very curious.
นิกกี้
I'm curious to see what will come in the next episode. Now, who will Nikki choose to compete
อยากให้นิก
against?
กี้บอกเหตุผลก่อน ยังไม่ต้องบอกชื่อนะ บอกเหตุผลให้ฟังก่อนว่าทำไมถึงเลือกคนนี้
ผมแค่เลือกว่าจะให้แอร์ไทม์กับใครดีกว่า
โอเค ได้ ถ้านั่นจะเป็นเหตุผลได้ โอเค เลือกให้แอร์ไทม์กับใครครับ ท้าชิงอัลฟาคนไหนครับ
วิลเลียมครับ
Bold choice. I think he's the only alpha who hasn't been challenged yet, either by choice or by vote.
รั้งนี้ได้ลงสักทีก็อุ่นใจเพราะว่าอยากจะทำสักทีอย่างเงี้ยเหมือนแบบให้สมกับเป็นน้อง
I wonder how much of that was because he hadn't been chosen yet and the
เราอยาก
producers
ทำ
were
จ
like
ริงๆอะแบบว่าผมว่ามันน่าจะแบบว่าทัชกับเรา
and how much of it was William
ด้วยความที่เราเคยเจอกันแล้วตั้งแต่
How much of it was Nikki
พอเพิ่ง EP
actually
แรกเรายังไม่ได้เห็น
choosing William
กลิ่นยังไม่ได้เห็นทักษะหลายๆอย่าง แต่ว่าตอนนี้เราได้
Bad
เห็นหลาย
idea
อย่าง
Nikki
ของกันและกันแล้ว
Bad
อยาก
idea
จะรู้ว่ารอบต่อไปอะ
He is
จะเอาอะไรมาสู้กัน
He has come so far since week
แน่
1
นอนครับไม่ได้
in the
แข่งขัน
dancing
แค่สอง
department
คน
his
แน่นอน
voice
อัล
was
ฟา
always
อีกหนึ่ง
amazing
คน
but
ที่จะถูกบังคับลงแข่งขันในรอบนี้ครับคืออัลฟา
The alpha who got the least
ผู้ชม
votes
ทั้งประเทศน้อยที่สุด
Please
และคนคน
let
นั้น
Fluke have a week of rest bless his little soul he's already uncrossing his legs to stand up
A 2-0 นัดครับ
Nud. Okay. Interesting. What a matchup that is going to be.
ดูเดือดกว่า
I feel like Nut and Nikki have
ดู
similar
เดือดแล้วรับรอง EP ต่อไปที่ผมแข่งกัน3 คน มันกว่านี้แน่
Yes. That makes sense. What a week. What a week of performances it was. And what a challenge next episode is going to be. I'm very curious to see what the three of them will put together to perform. And I'm excited to have William get a little more airtime. I agree. He really hasn't gotten very much since he became an alpha. He hasn't been challenged yet or anything. So it's going to be fun to see him craft a solo stage. I'm curious to see how he's going to do because that's just not an easy task. Like, even if you are used to performing, I wouldn't know how to go about doing that. So it's going to be interesting to see what he entertains us with next week. I guess this wasn't the week where Fluke gets unfairly judged either. And it can't be next week because it's going to be the Alpha Challenge and Fluke's not in it. So it'll happen at some point. I'll see it whenever it happens. I'm curious as to what all of you think. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below or on my other social medias if you choose to follow me there. Did you enjoy this episode? Which was your favorite performance? Who have you been the saddest to see go so far? I don't even know how if I could answer that question. I really liked Otto. I was sad to see him go. There were a few from earlier on that I don't remember their names because I'm so bad at names, guys. I'm sorry. But I was probably saddest to see Otto go this week just because he's so fun. I just love his energy. I'm so happy that you tuned in to watch this with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I have enjoyed watching it with you, and I am here to see it through to the very end when they announce who is going to join Lycan. So please come along the journey with me. But that is all for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!